YouTube, it is me again back with another video, and this time I'm doing an actual redraw. So I know I said that my Inktober videos wouldn't have voiceovers from now on, and I plan to hold true to that absolutely 100%, but this one was kind of special. So as you can probably see, the original drawing is awful. It's terrible in every way. Their faces look really deformed and kind of like chipmunks from Alvin and the Chipmunks, which, don't get me wrong, is cute in its own style, but when that's not what you're going for, you have a problem. So, yeah. I hated this drawing, and the thought of drawing it and just tracing over it and coloring it in was actually terrible, because I hated it so much that the thought of putting it back out into the world as a new drawing made me feel queasy. So I decided, instead of doing the whole just drawing over the lines and coloring it and presenting it as a digital version, I was just going to straight up redraw this one. So that's what I'm doing in this video. I was really happy with how the redraw came out, or I still am really happy with how it came out. I think that it is vastly better than the original version. It's just night and day. I'm flipping between them right now, and it's just night and day. One of them is super deformed, and the other actually looks just human. So it's not a perfect drawing. I still wanted to emulate much of the same pose. I don't think the pose is exactly the same. Looking between them, there are a few differences, like the position of Adeline's feet and the direction of her ponytail ends up being a little different. Leon's hands are a little different, but also I go in and I change his outfit a little bit, so that's that. Now, I bet you're wondering who Leon and Adeline are. Well, Leon you already know. I've introduced Leon on this channel before. I'm going to be updating his character introduction hopefully soon, though, because the original drawing was kind of awful, and I was still pretty new at the YouTube game, so I hadn't quite figured out what I wanted to do in terms of voiceovers, and honestly, I still haven't, but I think I've gotten much better than I was then. So, Adeline, you have yet to meet. Adeline is one of Leon's love interests. He's the one that she is the one that Leon ends up marrying. I'm sorry, that was deceptive. Adeline is basically the person in Leon's life who looks at him and takes absolutely none of his tomfoolery. She sees his sass and his jealousy and his insecurity, and she calls him on all of it. She's like, you know, this is why you're doing this. This is why you're doing this. You need to grow up and stop doing that. And she calls him on everything that he does, and he desperately needs someone to call him on all his crazy and silly stuff. So that is kind of the role Adeline fills in his life, but more than that, she's a very compassionate and warm force. So when everything kind of goes to crap for Leon, because he is a novel character, and that's what happens to characters in books, their lives don't tend to go so well, she is a very comforting force for him, and she often acts as kind of a comic relief in the story, because she's witty and she has something of a dark sense of humor, but she knows when to be serious and when to shut up for the most part. She does have the unfortunate fatal flaw of opening her mouth sometimes, and it gets her smacked around a couple of times. She sasses off to the main baddie a couple of times and gets some bruises and scars as a result, but what can you expect from an assassin's daughter? You know. Adeline is hopefully going to get her own character introduction soon, but honestly, this is the first time that I've drawn Adeline, and I am so happy with how it came out. She just looks very much like the the actress that I wanted to base her off of, and I don't remember the actress's name off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll put it in the description, but I probably won't remember, so don't hold me to that. But the long and short of it is that Adeline is wonderful, and this drawing is actually kind of cute. So I'm really happy with how I changed it. I went back in and added in like the purples in Leon's outfit, and I changed a few things up. I did use the Pose Creator app again for this one. I know I've been using it a lot, and people may say that I'm kind of cheating by using it as much as I do, and I think I kind of am in a sense, but I'm mostly doing it because it's good for me to practice, and it's just, I don't know, it's something that I think I'm kind of using to help me get to where I need to go, because I can tell that it's helping me with my anatomy. So I hope that you can bear with me for long enough for me to kind of figure out how to adapt my own style and keep anatomy in its correct proportions. So I hope you guys don't mind that, and if you do, well, bear with me and it'll probably be gone soon enough. But I overall don't have too much more that I want to say in this video. I'm going to try and speed it up as much as I can, but I don't want to make it so fast that it's really dizzy, and there was just, or dizzying, I guess, and there's just so much footage for this one that speeding it up too much can make it really confusing and kind of hard to follow. So I will try my best. Like I tried my best to add freckles to Adeline, who is covered in little freckles, but you can hardly see them. So that worked so well, but I did ginger hair and I rocked it. So who's the failure now? It's still me. Hint, it's still me. Okay, so I will leave you guys there with this video. I will try to speed things up a little bit more from here, and hopefully you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, time of day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. If you're subscribed and if you've turned on the notification bell, if you have, leave a comment down in the description down below letting me know that you have rung the notification bell. I want to know, and I always love reading your comments, so make sure you leave comments and feedback down in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
talk about